my humble request to all our leaders from the government on the dais and off the dais to please continue to make women-friendly policies, budgets, initiatives, and schemes. Please include women leaders at all levels into discussions while doing so. That's a sincere request. May I now request Mr. Jayesh Ranjan, Principal Secretary, IT, Industry and Commerce, and President Ujjwala Singhania to launch the film on Flow Industrial Park. There's a remote there. Where's the remote? It should be there.
Growth story is supported by over 1.3 million women entrepreneurs, a fact that adds to the adage, empowering a woman is empowering a generation.
It's a proud moment for Flow to establish the first women-owned industrial park. Flow's commitment to build an entrepreneurial-driven economy where women play a major role is continuous. There is a great need and opportunity to create women industrial park across the country. We are collaborating with the state government and various chapters to set up similar industrial parks to empower women entrepreneurs.
FICCI Flow's Hyderabad chapter joined hands with the government of Telangana's State Industrial Infrastructure Corporation to undertake this initiative with the vision of not just impacting women entrepreneurship but also impacting Telangana's industrial growth.
What they have created at the Flow Park in Sultanpur is absolutely fabulous. What satisfies me even more is that the entrepreneurs who are taking up industrial projects there have taken up some very innovative projects, new generation projects, which are having high technology, very good employment potential. This is very contrary to the traditional image of women entrepreneurs that they are doing some small home-based activities.
There is a great sense of satisfaction and pride for Flow as we are on the verge of taking our journey pan-India across to other chapters. All companies are 100% women-owned, representing green industry only.
A monetary investment of 250 crores and emotional investment of dreams and aspirations has culminated into the Flow Industrial Park, which is set to catalyze the Make in India mission and generate enormous employment opportunities.
Today, many women are aspiring to achieve great success, and Flow encourages, empowers and supports these women in turning their dreams into reality.
This initiative is close to every Flow member's heart, resulting in a synergized involvement by pan-India members hailing from a multitude of industrial verticals.
Women's participation in the manufacturing sector is true contribution to country's economy and GDP. It's a game changer for all women. We are happy that our chapter took the lead to establish the first Flow Industrial Park in collaboration with Government of Telangana, who gave us 50% price subsidy and a fully developed infrastructure to ensure that our members have a smooth start.
The leadership at Flow Industrial Park has spearheaded this venture with painstaking commitment and immense support from the government of Telangana, with the sole aim of ensuring that women entrepreneurs get to set up their units effortlessly.
The infrastructure provided here by the government of Telangana is excellent and enables us to focus on our core businesses.
The ecosystem is designed to be very supportive for women entrepreneurs and workers.
From concept to reality, the industrial park team has worked diligently. It is a flagship project of Flow Hyderabad chapter, and we are very proud of it.
The past chairpersons of the Hyderabad chapter have consistently contributed to the growth and the betterment of the chapter since the inception.
We are on a mission to pave a path for many such parks built to support women entrepreneurs and women-run enterprises across the country. Because we believe in the adage, empowering a woman is empowering a nation.
Oh, this deserves a very big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. The film gave me goosebumps. Thank you so much. Shri Jayesh Ranjan ji is the Principal Secretary of Industries and Commerce and Information Technology, Department of the Telangana Government. If simplicity and sincerity had a face, then it would be his. He's a normal person with supernormal achievements. His grit, dedication, humility, optimism, and hard work to pursue excellence is worthy of emulating. A leader who's ever so willing to try new ways and open to new ideas. Let's hear it from Jayesh ji.
Thank you very much. Honorable Minister, Ms. Ujjwala Singhania, Ms. Kavita Dutt, Upma Garu, Jyotsna Garu, Honorable TSIIC Chairman, Shri Balmallu Garu, District Collector Hanumantrao Garu, Vani Garu, Ajita Garu, Deepti Garu, my colleague Madhusudan, all the senior representatives from FLOW and all the invitees, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, my congratulations to the entire team of FLOW for this landmark occasion. This has come up in a very, very wonderful way. In fact, as I mentioned in that promotional film as well, what has impressed me the most is the range of activities which are being taken up. The 25 allottees are trying out all kinds of manufacturing activities, some of which involve really cutting edge technology, state-of-the-art facilities, and a very good understanding of not just domestic markets, but even possibilities for exporting. So, in fact, it reminds me when close to 3 decades ago when I had joined the government service, there was a flagship program at that time of providing income generation activities to below poverty line people, and we were asked to find out eligible women and give them subsidies and tie up bank loans, etc. And I remember in those days our imagination was confined to some very, very stereotypical activities like giving them a cow or helping them with some kirana store or giving them a small loan to do some vegetable vending and those kind of things. And look at the contrast between those days of these very insignificant kind of activities to what is happening here. I think we have moved a long way. And of course, most importantly, the entire approach towards looking at women. Earlier, it was a beneficiary-driven approach, that they are beneficiaries. We have to give them something from the top. But the whole perception of looking at them as capable entrepreneurs, if you create proper enabling circumstances, they will be able to do everything which anyone else can do, and possibly do it even better than others. That concept has been very, very ably demonstrated here in this Flow Industrial Park. So, as I said, my congratulations to the entire team, which has been working relentlessly for the last so many years to make this a reality. But today is also the International Women's Day, and therefore it is also very appropriate to at least speak about these things, which is the fact that despite all the advances which women have been making in so many other fronts, there still remains lots of barriers in encouraging women to contribute equitably in the workforce also. In fact, there are many studies which have shown that there is a discrimination at every step for a woman to join gainful employment in the industrial sector, in the manufacturing sector. Their numbers are low, and even those who are there to participate or contribute to the workforce, they suffer from lower wages, their career advancement is poor, and obviously there is a glass ceiling at the very top. So it is also very important that people, the institutions like Flow, and particularly the leaders who are here, the Flow leadership, we must all look at how gradually, incrementally, we have to take steps to break all these barriers, to ensure that the kind of opportunities which you have got, and with which you have been able to rise till to the very top, we are able to create similar opportunities for people from humble background, working class background, who also have aptitude and ambition to really become a very meaningful contributing member of the industrial landscape. So let us hope that amongst various other programs that Flow will be launching, and which are already going on for the last few decades, we will also be focusing on this very important aspect of creating opportunities for everyone across the spectrum, so that our industrial ecosystem, not just here in Hyderabad or in Telangana, but in the entire country, is extremely welcoming and supportive of women. So once again, my heartfelt congratulations for the successful launch of the Flow Industrial Park here in Sultanpur. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jayeshi. Our chief guest today is a dignitary of high achievements and simple thinking. Shri K.T. Ramarao Garu, popularly known as KTR Garu, is Cabinet Minister for Information Technology, Municipal Administration and Urban Development, and Industries and Commerce, Government of Telangana. He is the exemplary visionary who set up country's largest startup incubator. He is undoubtedly considered the most inspirational political icon and a leader of par excellence. A minister who acknowledges and agrees that women make great leaders, build good business community, and have huge potential to improve society. A very candid yet an extremely proactive person who kept the FIP team on toes, almost always questioning the pace. We welcome you, sir, and invite you to address the audience.
Thank you. అందరికీ నమస్కారం. గౌరవనీయులు ఫ్లో చైర్పర్సన్ ఆల్ ఇండియా శ్రీమతి ఉజ్వల సింఘానియాజీ, గౌరవనీయులు ఉమా చిగురుపాటి గారు, కవితా దత్ గారు, మా ప్రిన్సిపల్ సెక్రటరీ జయేష్ రంజన్ గారు, జ్యోత్స్న గారు, వాణి, అజిత గారు, దీప్తి, హనుమంతరావు గారు, టిఎస్ఐసి చైర్మన్ బాలమల్లు గారు, మా సిఇఓ టిఎస్ఐసి మధుసూదన్ గారు, ఈ కార్యక్రమంలో పాల్పంచుకుంటున్న అందరికీ పేరు పేరున హృదయపూర్వకంగా నమస్కారాలు. మీ అందరికీ అంతర్జాతీయ మహిళా దినోత్సవం సందర్భంగా హృదయపూర్వకంగా శుభాకాంక్షలు. I wish you all a very happy International Women's Day. Before I speak about the park, before I talk about how government of Telangana and Flow together have created this, possibly one of the finest women-owned, women-led, women-managed industrial parks in the country, I'd like to talk a few things about. I'd like to say a few things about the state itself and how well it has done in the last 8 years. About 8 years ago, in June 2014, when the new state of Telangana was formed, there were lots of apprehensions, there were lots of doubts about how Telangana would go about attracting entrepreneurs, how Telangana would continue to create jobs, how this vibrant city of Hyderabad, which has got history, culture, heritage, which has got a lot going for it, how well would the cultural fabric of this city would be maintained, and the list goes on. The number of apprehensions were quite a few. But in the last 8 years, let me present to you a quick progress report of how Hyderabad, Telangana has done in the context of India. When we began our journey in 2014 as a state, as a young state, just to give you a few statistics which are, sure. Just to give you a few statistics which possibly will paint the picture for you. When we began our journey in 2014 June, the GSDP of the state of Telangana, the gross state domestic product of the state of Telangana, was about 4.9 lakh crores. But today, 7 years later, the state's GSDP stands at 11.54 lakh crores. So literally 130% jump. The per capita income, which again is a very telling indicator of how well a state is doing, was exactly 1,24,000 rupees at the time of the formation of the state. Today, 7.5 years later, it is at 2,78,000 rupees, which is again 125% growth. And just to put things in perspective for you, Telangana is the 11th largest state geographically, 12th largest in terms of population in India, but we are the 4th largest contributor to India's economy. This is not my statistic, this is not my story. In fact, Reserve Bank of India, which releases a report every year on the state of economy, last October had acknowledged that after Maharashtra, West Bengal and Tamil Nadu, Telangana today is the 4th largest contributor to Indian economy. Again, just to put things in perspective, our population is only 2.5% of India's population, but we contribute to 5% of India's GDP. So we literally punch much above our weight. And that has been the growth story of Telangana. So how did this happen? How did this happen? How did the new state of Telangana today join the leagues of Karnataka, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu and Gujarat in terms of very forward-looking, forward-thinking state when it comes to industry and business? I would attribute this primarily to our Honorable Chief Minister, Shri KTR Garu, who had come out with some revolutionary policies such as the TSI Pass. TSI Pass, I don't know how many of you know this, but TSI Pass is the Telangana State Industrial Project Approval Self-Certification System, wherein if you have a piece of land, say example in this Flow Park, you actually don't need a clearance from the government to start construction. On day one, without seeking any clearance from the government, neither from the municipality nor from the Gram Panchayati, you can start the construction of your factory. So those of you who haven't started constructing your factories in the Flow Park, I would urge you, I would request you sincerely to start construction ASAP, because I know 25 allottees who kind of joined us here, out of whom only 5 have been able to launch their operations. The remaining 20 or more, I would urge you to start ASAP so that you catch on with the rest of them. The second thing I would like to point out on TSI pass, not only are the permissions, self-certified, we by statute, by legislation enacted in the Telangana legislature, we promise all clearances in 15 days. While there is no requirement to seek a clearance, only for regulatory purposes we submit that we request that you submit an application online on the TSI Pass portal. Once you submit an application online, we take only 15 days to process your application and come out with a yes or a no answer. If we do not deliver with a yes or a no answer in the 15-day window that is given to us, on the 16th day, it's a deemed approval. No other state in India will tell you this. And also, on the 16th day, from the 16th day, even our Principal Secretary, even Jayesh Ranjan, if he is held responsible for the delay on holding a clearance, even he will be fined a sum of rupees 1,000 per day from his salary. So far, Jayesh has not been fined ever. He's already given out more than 18,000 clearances. And for those of you who are wondering if this actually works or if this is one of those, stories that gets sold many times and repeated many times but doesn't really work on paper, we have given more than 18,000 clearances. We've been able to attract more than $32 billion of investment in the last 7.5 years, and we continue to grow and we continue to push the envelope when it comes to creating more and more employment. 1.6 million job potential has been created, and we believe that we have barely scratched the surface. Now coming to the event at hand here, I'm delighted that Flow has actually taken the lead. In Telangana, this is the first women industrial park that has been launched. My compliments to the entire team, the entire leadership team of Flow for making this happen. I think they deserve a huge round of applause from all of you. They've been very persistent. They've been very tenacious, very persistent. And this, despite COVID, despite demonetization, while the state has been growing, so has been the perseverance of your team, the Flow team here. They've been very persistent, and I'm delighted that today we are actually able to launch the park. But as I was pointing out, I think there's still more scope to grow. But the one appeal I have for all of you young women who are launching their enterprises here, I urge you to think big, because many of you, the business plans that I've seen, the projects that I've seen are very conventional. But we celebrate women like Falguni Nair, who's a self-made billionaire today in our country. I would urge some of our Hyderabadi young women also to dream big, start thinking about emerging technologies, start thinking about world-class products coming from Hyderabad. If Hyderabad can, provide 1/3 of vaccines to the world during the pandemic and also during other times, why can't we think big and why can't we come out with more products which are world-class in nature? I don't know how many of you know this. Hyderabad is the bulk drugs capital of India. We are the pharmaceutical capital of India. We are also the vaccine capital of the world. So therefore, there is no reason, there is no pretext for us not to think big, not to think on a scale of the globe and coming out with world-class products. I would also urge you to start looking at opportunities in aerospace, defense, also start looking at opportunities in healthcare, because I think the next 1 decade is going to belong to the healthcare. Possibly look at opportunities in food processing. Also start looking at opportunities in other emerging technologies. With India growing in scale, stature and size, I think the world is looking at us with renewed interest. So forge alliances, forge partnerships with the best in the world, think big, think truly global. So therefore, if you are keen and if you are looking forward to expanding this park, as I was told, we are more than happy to facilitate another 50 acres or another 100 acres if you are coming forward. But the only catch is, I want you to come out with novel products. I want you to come out with futuristic, modern business assignments, and not think conventional alone. Please think of changing the globe. Please think of changing, the way the world looks at us as well. We are doing number of things, not just few industrial parks in Telangana which are exclusive to women, but every industrial park in Telangana has 10% of the plots earmarked for women entrepreneurs. So you are, in fact, open, we are open, to receiving your interest in other industrial parks as well, across the landscape, across the length and breadth of the state. We also encourage an additional 10% investment subsidy. We also offer an additional 10% investment subsidy for women entrepreneurs in our industrial parks. I would also like to mention Elite, who have launched India's first industrial estate in about 30 acres in Gazula Ramaram, way back, I think 17 years ago. Since then, they have also grown. They've also launched another park in Nandigama, and then another women entrepreneurs, confederation, Kobe, has also launched an industrial park near Tupran in about 30 acres. We have advised, we have supported, and we have been assisting all of these various women-led organizations to create and to further women entrepreneurship in the state of Telangana. And as I was pointing out, not only in sectors such as food processing, textiles and apparel, supply chain, lifestyle, electronics, we would also urge you to look at a broader spectrum of investment opportunities. Let me also point out, our Deepthi Rawula is sitting here somewhere. Where is Deepthi? She is the CEO of V-Hub, India's only women entrepreneurship hub, which is also headquartered in Hyderabad. I would urge all of you to pay a visit to V-Hub, to meet with Deepthi, to discuss further incubation opportunities, to discuss further funding opportunities, because V-Hub is first of its kind. Deepthi, please sit. And solely state-run platform for women entrepreneurs of, from various parts of the state and country. We have already incubated more than 2,194 women-led startups and SMEs through 21 different programs. We have been engaging with more than 5,235 women to enable them in becoming key stakeholders in the economic workforce of Telangana. V-Hub so far has enabled 66.3 crores of funding for women entrepreneurs and startups, and has led to creation of more than 2,823 jobs by women entrepreneurs across the state of Telangana. I am also delighted to know that V-Hub has been working closely with Flow, but for those of you who have not made a visit, who have not actually been exposed to V-Hub, I urge you to do that. We are also launching Udyamika, India's first framework to enable women entrepreneurs to get end-to-end support. The three components of Udyamika would be a physical grievance portal to facilitate the addressing of queries and challenges faced by women entrepreneurs by a single window system, which brings all concerned departments under one single roof for women entrepreneurs and their issues to be sorted out. The second important component of Udyamika would be a consultative committee on women entrepreneurship to evaluate, to review and process the financial incentives that are made available under the Women Entrepreneurship Bridge. Also to address grievances raised by entrepreneurs by a high-level committee. The third and the most important aspect of Udyamika would be to create a corpus fund to incentivize avenues established to increase ease of doing business for women entrepreneurs. With these few words, once again, I'd like to compliment and congratulate Flow on this wonderful initiative. I hope you come out with world-class products. I hope you come out with world-class ideas. And I hope you give us the leverage and the handle to be able to compete on a global stage. Thank you very much. Once again, a happy International Women's Day.
Thank you so much, sir. That was extremely motivational and will definitely take us way forward. If the the path is beautiful, ask where it leads. But if the destination is beautiful, never mind the path and keep walking. This was the mantra of our pastors who brought us to this mega celebration today. Celebrations like these calls for felicitations. I request Ms. Ujjwala to felicitate our esteemed chief guest and guest of honor with a Bidri memento along with Ms. Uma Chigrupati. I request the team to please send the mementos. These Bidri mementos are also a part of reviving our state art and craft. Would request all our guests of honor to please step forward. I request our past presidents to please join on stage. Requesting our national past presidents to please join on the stage. We would also like to felicitate our sponsors and partners who've powered this event today. I request Duke to please come up on stage. Mr. Ravinder Agarwal, please come up on stage. KCP is our national past president. Would also like to felicitate our partners for today, RBC, Cloud Media News and Universal Events. Requesting Shri Ravinder Agarwal ji, RBC, Cloud Media News and Universal Events to please come up on stage. Mr. Ravinder Agarwal, may I request Mr. Ravinder Agarwal of Dukes? we draw to a pause, I say a pause because this cannot be called an end. This is the beginning of a beautiful journey of empowerment, entrepreneurship, strength, courage, resilience, and dedication. Hence, we can't call it a pause. We can't call it an end. I call it a pause. As we come to the pause of this program, I invite on stage Ms. Ajita Yogesh. Ms. Ajita, an engineer by education, is a first-generation entrepreneur who runs the successful School of Creative Design, Hamsteck. She has been a Flow Hyderabad chair in the year 2009 and 10 and is also a Flow National Governing Body member. Ajita is an active member on the FIP team and has worked tirelessly to make this park a great success. I invite Ms. Ajita to present her vote of thanks.
Good morning to all and a happy Women's Day. As I stand here today representing all the wonderful and talented women of FICCI Flow, I feel a surge of hope and empowerment because we are at the helm of an economic revolution by Indian women, and this would not have been possible without the contribution of everyone present here. As a Flow Industrial Park member team, it is my privilege to acknowledge all those who have been a part of this park, and without the support of so many, this park would only have remained a dream. I would like to take this opportunity to thank our Honorable Chief Minister of Telangana, Mr. K. Chandrasekhar Rao Garu, for the ecosystem he has envisioned and supported to increase opportunities for women entrepreneurs in Telangana. As a woman, I am so proud to be a part of Telangana's entrepreneurial ecosystem. I would also like to express my gratitude to another visionary with unflinching resolve, commitment, and most importantly, consistent action, Mr. K.T. Ramarao Garu. Sir, your work towards the welfare and development of business and industry for Telangana has truly been inspirational, and your contribution to this project is immeasurable. We truly appreciate your efforts, sir. Our take back from today would be that we really appreciate the guidance and the direction that you've given, and we will focus on more innovative products, and we will deliver, and we will think big. Thank you, sir. A thank you to Mr. Jayesh Ranjan, sir. Sir, your grit, dedication, humility, optimism, and hard work to pursue excellence is inspirational. And we are proud to have such tireless leaders working towards the growth of this great state. Thank you, sir. A special thanks to Mr. E.V. Narasimha Reddy Garu, Vice Chairperson, Chairman, and Managing Director of TSIC, and to Mr. Madhusudan Reddy Garu, CEO, TSIC, and also to Mr. Balamallu Garu, who have all played a vital role. And we also wish to thank everyone at TSIC who has helped us in completing the Flow Industrial Park project. A big thank you to our parent organization, FICCI, for the support rendered through the journey. I would also like to convey our deepest gratitude to the sponsors for the event. A big thank you to our platinum sponsor, Dukes, a division of Ravi Foods. Our silver sponsor, KCP Limited, and Ms. Kavita Dutt for being the proactive member to this initiative. This park will soon be a cover of green thanks to the plantation efforts of our very own YFlow chair, Deepthi Reddy. A big thank you, Deepthi, for this. This event wouldn't have been possible if it went for the kind help of our allottee and director of Polo Group, Ms. Sangeeta Reddy. Our creative design partners, RBC, led by Priya, for all the wonderful creatives and communication. This event is being aired live so that many others from across India can witness the same. Thank you, Cloud Media. A big thank you to the press and the media for their unstinted support. We truly appreciate it. Closer to our own flow, I would like to thank all the past presidents, GB members, past chairs, chairpersons from various chapters, and members for being here today. Lastly, I would like to appreciate the allottees of the park in coming forward with the amazing projects and again showing to the world that women are a force to reckon with. I would like to take a moment to set up some prayers for the success of every business, every product, and every employee of this park. Working on the Flow Industrial Park has truly instated our belief that by empowering a woman, you empower a community and empower the nation. Thank you one and all for being here and for your continued support, passion, and energy.
में बहुत खुशी मिलती है तुझे?